And right now it's time for that time when we talk to our special guest. Tonight our special guest is a very special baby boomer and an icon from the music world. Yep, it's 50 years since the formation of Larry's Rebels, and we celebrate with Larry Morris, the lead singer, who looks fondly back at those last 50 years. In the studio tonight, the one and only, the famous Larry Morris.
How are you, mate? It's always a pleasure to see you, Gerard.
You don't come on the show nearly enough, Larry. We should see you more often.
Oh, I'd love that. Yeah.
But you are here today because something really special.
Yeah, we are, yeah.
50 years, Larry's Rebels.
That's right. Yeah.
Wow. Can I shake your hand once?
Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Larry.
Thank you so much. Where's the time gone? You know?
Where has it?
Yeah, where's the time gone? It's amazing, really.
And you've actually got more handsome, haven't you?
That's my mother will love that one.
And look, let's talk about Mum. How is Mum and Dad?
She's good. Mum's becoming a little dementia-fied, if there's such a word. But she's wonderful, and I adore my parents. And Dad is he's a real trooper, but he's finding it hard because he's only 7 years younger than Mum, but she's up and down, and she's in a wheelchair now all the time, sadly. But no, they're a big part of my life, and always will be. And but they're okay, and Mum will be glad that you brought her up again. God bless her.
Aren't you the luckiest person in the world to have great parents?
Yeah,
I've
been blessed
down that road, haven't you? Yeah.
Considering the crap I put them through, Gerard, when I was young. I'm extremely fortunate.
Yeah. But they never ever said...
No, never wavered.
Never wavered. That's my boy Larry, and I support him 100%.
Yeah. Dad understood my madness. When I say madness, getting involved with dope and stuff when I was young. But those days are over. I've been clean now for more than 2 years, and I mean totally clean. And at first it was a bit of a fright being straight, because I hadn't been straight for so many years. But I'm absolutely loving it, and I did it for the obvious reason. It stood in the way of my travel, and so I had to sort of sharpen up, and I have no regrets about it. Yeah.
Now, people will be saying to themselves, "What's Larry growing his hair for?" Tell us about that.
Well,
it was a bet.
It was a bet that I took with Brian Cadd. It was over my last girlfriend. I arrived in Australia. He said, "Why do you look like a lawyer?" I said, "Well, my girlfriend was a paralegal, and she liked my hair short." He said, "But she's giving you the bum's rush, mate, Grow your hair, look like the rock star you've always been."
Yeah.
I said, "Oh, yeah, right." And he said, "No, really, I'll bet you 2 years." And I said, "Okay, you're on." So we shook hands, and of course, when the 2 years came up, I couldn't tell Caddy quick enough, and I haven't touched my hair. And he said to me, "Well, come to Paris and pick up your money."
What was it, $1,000?
Yeah. He's living there, so I never really thought I'd get the money. And it wasn't really about the money. Cadd was doing it to sort of pump me up as a rock and roll star, and wanting me to sort of become the rocker again and get all the sadness and gloom out of my life, which I'm happy to say is long gone. I'm happy as I've ever been now.
Women, eh?
Women, yeah. I can't get enough of them though. And I've got a. I tell it this gag. I went to Thailand and had 11 girlfriends in 30 days, and I only had to pay 8 of them. But the paying is over now, because I met this wonderful girl. Her name is Gloria, and she's was based in Hong Kong, and she joins me here 3 weeks' time, and to share her life with me, and I'm over the moon about it. I'm much better suited to have a partner than be alone, and so it's all good, and I'm thrilled to bits, and watch this space, mate.
Yeah. Hey, what do you think about the aging process, Larry? What do you think it does to us?
Well, I try not to worry about it. We can't do anything about it. It's inevitable. We are born to die, and we're born to grow older. I can say, though, having witnessed what my mum and dad are going through, and another close friend of mine, Ronnie, his grandmother's just gone into that same, she doesn't know him anymore, and it's happened within the space of a month. She's in her 90s as well. And to put it frankly, getting old is a real bitch.
Getting old is not for sissies.
No, but we're going to get there, and I believe that what's holding me together from all that is that I still live a rather youthful life in that I'm still playing and working and singing and
using your brain.
Yeah, and working outside, and I've got no ailments. For someone who was a sportsman at a high level as a youngster, I'm very lucky, but I've got no knee trouble, no hip trouble. I'm just blessed in that regard. Mum gave me a great frame, but but as I say, getting old is not easy, and but we're all going to get there, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, you've been through your ups and downs with the leg and that, haven't you?
You know, with the foot, with the gout.
With the foot, yeah.
I'm a sufferer of gout.
Yeah. Well,
a lot of it's self-inflicted, though.
Yeah,
I have to. All those Heinekens and Steinlagers didn't really help the situation.
No, well, I'm lucky. I've never been into the Terps, you know. I'm very lucky there. So yeah. But hey, you know, we'll get there, mate. Everything's we're still alive. And who would have believed that in my case, you know?
Now, look, today we're here. It is so exciting. I just love the fact that I can remember way back it was 1965, seeing Larry's Rebels playing in a coffee bar in the street of Tauranga.
Yeah.
And then we'd go down to the Peter Pan. Many of our baby boomers remember the Peter Pan. But you were in a coffee bar, and I remember, you know, the band sounded great. And Larry's Rebels were fantastic. So let's start right from the beginning.
Right.
I don't even know whether you remember that particular gig
I
you were
do.
doing.
I do. I remember nearly everything when it comes to the band. It was the biggest mistake of my life when I left the band. I should never have done it. It was. I think I've told you that story before. I won't go over all that. But I'm really, really happy that we're still all alive.
Yes.
We all are. And we are going to be playing together again, and that for me is an absolute thrill. I'm revisiting all those songs, and you know, songs that I thought, I'll be honest with you, some of them I thought, oh God, what are we doing? And whereas now, when I reflect and listen to them, I think, well, that wasn't half bad actually.
Yeah.
And I'm very proud of our.
Yeah, well, every artist does that. They get this sort of cringe factor, stuff, you know.
Yeah, or especially with some of my solo things. I mean, God, I cringe when I think of The Hunt, but never mind. The Larry's Rebels catalogue, our back catalogue, I'm very proud of it, and there are some wonderful Kiwi songs on there. You know, Let's Think of Something, Everybody's Girl, Paint a Man.
Wasn't Everybody's Girl great? Everybody's Girl.
Yeah,
that was great. Now, let's go through the members of the band. Let's give them a great credit. There was 5 members.
Yeah.
Let's start with the drummer.
Nookie Stott, Dennis Stott from 15 Dunedin Street. God bless him. His mum and dad raised him there. Nookie, wonderful drummer. Probably one of the best drummers New Zealand. Very, very underrated, but a great drummer. And still playing great, and a lovely human being, Nookie.
Bass guitar?
Viv McCarthy, Winston's boy, remember? Wait for it, New Zealand.
Wait for it, New Zealand. That's a goal. Was that his?
That's his dad,
okay.
Winston.
Yeah.
Viv, he was our bass player. He lives in Malaga, Spain.
Yeah.
And now, but as I say, everyone's coming for the gig, so it's thrilling. And
now, lead guitar?
John Williams.
John Williams, of course,
from 19 Pompelia Terrace. I remember all
the addresses.
Yeah, I remember all of them. You know?
I love this history.
Yeah. John was from Pompelia Terrace. His mother's recently left this planet, which is sad, but John's still playing. Terry Rouse from up there, Old Mill Road, there by the zoo. Terry lived with his mum and dad.
And Terry was the rhythm
guitar player, and then he learned how to play the organ. He taught himself. And
they're all coming together. Real Groovy Records.
Yeah.
And the date and time is?
The Saturday, the 18th of April at 5 p.m. At the Real Groovy store.
Wow. Yeah. Isn't that going to be wonderful?
Yeah, it is wonderful. And I'm as I say, I'm revisiting the songs. We're doing 7 songs, and all the songs from our back catalogue. And
What was the point of difference about Larry Morris? What was the young Larry Morris? He was energetic.
I was
going places.
Yeah. I had no doubt that, in my mind, that I was very fortunate.
Something special?
No, the band did, and I was really, really fortunate to have been asked to join them. And I think together we all had something very special. And that has been confirmed, and I know that to be a fact because when I left the band, it was never quite the same. And even though I did have success as a solo artist, to be totally honest, it was never really quite the same. There was a magic that was Larry's Rebels, and that involved the five of us, not me.
And you never felt as Larry, just Larry by yourself?
No,
it never went as well?
No, never really went as well. And I know a lot of that was in my own mind, and that, but it doesn't matter. It's what you feel in your heart, and it was never really the same.
So let's go over it again. Wonderful 50 years of Larry's Rebels. We never thought it had come. When I saw you guys in Mount Wanganui, I never gave a thought that in 50 years later we'd be talking together on a television show.
Well, it's a wonderful thing. As I say, we've lost so many friends, so many wonderful musicians have already left the planet, and we're very fortunate that we're still here, mate. And I think it's all about being fortunate.
So was that one more time? On the 18th of April at 5 p.m.
At
on
Real
a Saturday
Groovy.
at Real Groovy Records in Queen Street. There will be Larry Morris with all the members of Larry's Rebels reuniting after 50 years.
Yeah, and I got to say for Real Groovy and Grant Galandis, who was responsible.
Worked tirelessly, haven't they?
They worked tirelessly. They've got these 2 vinyl records being re-released simultaneously all over the world, Japan, the United Kingdom, Australasia.
So all the works that you've done, all coming together in one album.
Two vinyl albums, and it's just wonderful. I can't say
vinyl
it.
albums.
Yeah, vinyl.
They won't be on CD.
No. Well, they are on CD as well, but vinyl.
Release vinyl.
And Grant and Real Groovy, we owe them a great debt of gratitude, because without Grant, and without earlier before him Chris Caddick, who released the Larry's Rebels Greatest Hits on CD. Those people have really stood up to be counted for us.
Well, I'm holding my breath to the big concert on Saturday the 18th. I'm going to be there.
Oh,
Larry,
good on you, mate, and I look forward to seeing you, Gerard.
Wonderful coming in here tonight.
No, it's lovely to be with you tonight. And
you're an icon of the industry.
And can I just say one last thing? The Mad Butcher.
Yeah.
He continues to support me and support us, and it'd be remiss of me not to mention Peter.
Good on you, Peter.
Yeah, good on you.
We love him to pieces.
Yeah, he's a good man. All right, Cobber.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, Larry.